voices, ideas, feelings, they're all in my head. How should I start? What should I tell you? As a matter of fact, you are supposed to laugh at my jokes. You have to find my stories amusing. Your laughter will be like Red Bull for me because it will give me wings. And I will not regret choosing the engaging humor pathway. So I feel I can count on you. So let me start with a short story from my childhood. I was born in Bucharest, the capital of Romania, being my parents' only child. Both my parents had university degrees. They were in their late 30s and had lots of expectations from their son. You may imagine what that means. There was no room for me to turn into a spoiled brat. When I was 4, I started learning German in a private kindergarten, which was quite difficult to find in a country behind the Iron Curtain. My father was a great fan of classical music and secretly hoped his son would be able to tame the violin. So I started my violin lessons when I was 5. My teacher came twice a week. Quotidianly, I was torturing the poor violin. My parents didn't complain. My teacher had a lot of patience, which I think wasn't the case of my neighbors. I presume they closed their windows and secretly hoped that either my violin cords or the bow would break due to the creaks I was able to produce. Obviously, I was not aware of these terrifying sounds. Even more, I hoped that there would be a time when I would be able to play Paganini's La Campanella. So I recall the mixture of hope, but also of pain that I experienced at the end of the first grade. There was this show, allowing children to act on a stage in front of their guests. My parents, my grandparents, and my violin teacher were there waiting for me to fascinate the audience. I climbed the stage, bowed in front of the audience, and started what turned to be a sequence of creaks and other squeaky sounds, which surprisingly didn't terrify all those parents, grandparents, and the relatives, anxiously waiting for their beloved ones to come on the stage. At the end, I was enchanted to see people frantically applauding, maybe because I was finally putting an end to their ordeal. So speaking about my own memories on stage, I recall reading about what happened to this well-known Austrian-American classical pianist, Arthur Schnabel. He had a lot of concerts both in Europe and in the United States. So one day, during a concert at Carnegie Hall, a lady in the front row fell asleep. When Arthur Schnabel finally finished the thunderous applause, she awoke and she said, "Don't blame me. I tried to play as softly as possible." Coming back to my own story, I was blessed. My audience didn't fall asleep, and I experienced my short moment of glory. Nevertheless, I was aware of the difficulties I would face on my road towards being a musician. I was ready to sacrifice my time, my parents' money to reach this target. But it was the answer to a simple question that changed my mind and my whole career. What is the difference between a musician and the large pizza? A pizza can feed a family of four. Madam Toastmaster.